the sun rose the next morning, Obianuju and Chisholm sat quietly by the river of beauty, their feet dangling over the edge, watching ripples dance across the surface. They had seen their true selves, not just what they looked like, but who they were. The river had stripped away the layers of makeup, sarcasm, and pain, and shown them the kindness, strength, and love they carried within. The beauty they were looking for was different from what the river offers. It was the first time in years they felt peace. "I don't want to be angry anymore," Chisholm whispered. Obianuju nodded. "I don't want to keep pretending I'm not hurting." They had a long conversation, deeper than any they'd ever had, about their pain, about the village that never gave them a chance, and about how they couldn't live in Umukoro anymore. It wasn't safe, not just physically, but emotionally. Their hearts needed healing. Then they remembered a small village their mother used to talk about, Umuaib, her hometown. A quiet place, surrounded by hills and farmland, where their grandmother still lived. Their mother once said, "If the world turns against you, Umuaib will welcome you." That was where they needed to go. So they journeyed again. Weaker in body but stronger in spirit. The path to Umuaib was long, but not as heavy as the one they had taken before. Along the way, they shared laughter. They told stories. They no longer spoke with bitterness, but with grace. When they arrived in Umuaib, their grandmother was sitting outside weaving mats. She looked up and gasped, "Obianuju." "Chisholm." The girls dropped their bags and ran into her arms, crying. She held them tightly, her old hands soft and strong. "You're home now. You're safe." And she meant it. The villagers in Umuaib were different. They had heard whispers of the girls from Umukoro, the iconic sisters people once mocked. But here, no one cared how they looked. They were greeted with kindness, offered food and space to rest. The market women smiled at them. The children played near them, laughing freely. Obianuju and Chisholm began a new life. They helped their grandmother on the farm. They joined the women's co-op slowly, their confidence returned, not built on false beauty or painted faces, but on self-worth. They wore their scars with pride. And even though they still felt the ache of rejection from their old village, they no longer let it define them. They had finally learned to love themselves.